speaking, Ian, new topic.
Speaking
of Archon1981, I'm somehow, when this stuff comes up now, I got to talk about like I have knowledge of this stuff when it's happening, whether it's these prototype sales, whatever else. But Archon1981, I didn't know it was his name because what's his name? Steven just comes up on Facebook, and he says, "Hey, Pat, I'm just wondering, how do you get an NWC cart through security?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I put it in my backpack. They're not going to do anything with it, and I basically asking why. I basically said, "Are you the guy buying the one in Seattle?" Because this is the time was about the same. And he says, "Oh no, I'm buying a whole new one." And I'm like, "Okay." So then he revealed, I guess once I figured out, oh, this is Archon1981. This is the guy who did the UWC. So he posted a video. We'll link it here. So there's a new NWC that was found from the guy who had the UWC prototype. So, and this is explained in the video, but also explained in an email. So the former Nintendo employee not just had this prototype, and now he does other stuff. He had 2 NWC gray carts at the time. He sold one way back, but then he gave one to a friend for free. And so when Archon1981 asked him about the first one, he didn't question, well, did you have a second one? Because who would do that? Who would say, do you have a second one?
Right.
But he said, did you have another one? And he said, the guy who had the ex-Nintendo employee said, oh yeah, I had another one. I gave it away to a friend. So he put Archon in touch with the friend, and they worked out a deal. And it was similar to how I got the gold NWC, is that you fly out, you meet the guy, maybe you have a lunch, you check to make sure it's real, you give him the money, you get back on the plane in a few hours, and you go back home. So he won't reveal the price he paid, which is fine. I didn't want to reveal the price I paid for the gold one, or this is a gray one. But he did tell me that, he got a pretty good deal because the person knew about the one I just sold, but the person, and this is some people, maybe they come in the store, they say, well, I don't care about getting top dollar just because I got it for free or nothing. I'm getting cash for it was laying around, and it's a good home. So he got a good deal on it.
And when someone's there making an offer, and you can have that money in 30 seconds,
sure,
as opposed to hunting for a buyer.
And sometimes you don't. It's just a hassle. I got to wait for 3 weeks, and then
trying to get top dollar for everything you have is the wrong way to.
Yeah, and that's the only way I could afford the gold NWC is I was the first one to make the offer, but I said I got the money. You kind of trust me at this point. I'll just fly out. And he's like, okay, fine. He probably could have got $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 more for that gold if he really hunted around, but he just wanted the money now.
Yeah.
And I had it barely at the time in like 2000. What was that? 2011. Yeah, that was a really gut check moment. Do I really want to fork out this money for this? But it was worth it. But anyway, so this is another one found. It's in the 200 family. I had 205. This is like 209? Let me check the video real quick. So I just think that's interesting how this stuff works out.
What's the highest number?
A low 300s. It's like 320 or so. So if you want to say there's at least 320 made or 350 somewhere around there, it's probably a safe bet for sure. Label's pretty good. There's like one little nick out of it. Not that we're getting to now, what grade would you get on your NWC? But, it's in pretty good shape. The person didn't use it that much. And what was the number on it again? Here's I make sure. 208. It's the cousin of my 205. That's kind of adorable. If it was the next number, that'd be kind of freakish.
It would be.
It would be kind of freakish. I wonder if there's are there any that are the next number?
I have to check. Is there any sequential?
I'll check on Nintendo Age. Yeah, anything else to add? I just think it's interesting that one comes out of the woodwork and then another one does, and then the UWC one does. In like the course of like 2 weeks, this is all happening.
I mean, all I can really say is that
the stuff's out there still.
Right. Every time something like this happens, there is a group of people. And I feel like that group of
you make
people...
it sound weird. There's a group of people.
And I feel like that group of people might be getting smaller as time goes on that say this is it.
Sure.
But no, I mean, it never is. The fact that we're still finding games that no one knew about at all.
Yeah, the prototype thing freaks me out, that no one even knew that was a game to even look for.
Some people had to know about it. Someone worked on it, but, who?
But they're in Japan, maybe. They don't care.
Right, exactly. And finding that's 2 new NWCs in... It's 2 of them, right? 2 new ones? Two new ones. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Any fruits or vegetables? 2 weeks. So anyways, yeah, it's crazy.
All right.
What did you find? Any sequential?
No, I wasn't looking. I was just looking at
okay.
Steven's message to me because it was weird. Because at first he's like, "Yeah," his first message was literally, "Hey Pat, did you have any problems getting your NWC carts on a plane?" That was his first message. So I'm like, "That's a strange message to send to randomly." Are you looking to steal one and make a getaway? Like what's going on? And then so I'm happy that Steven got his cartridge. 209 added to the family. I'll look up on Nintendo Age real quick if I can find the thread about, because there is a thread in Nintendo Age that tracks who has golds, where they came from, and who has the NWCs, and what golds, which ones they are for rare games.